Hey, what's up, everybody? Happy KOTG Tuesday.
Hey-o!
There's Bill. What's up, guys?
Hey-o! What's happening, fellas?
We got some special guests tonight. We're going to have a full house going. This is awesome.
Sheesh. That's awesome.
Let's see
Yeah, sorry
who
I'm
all
late to the
shows
party
up.
all the last minute here. I was spraying some sea hume before it got dark. We had a little
we're
break.
calling it now, Seahume.
Yeah, dude, that's the new stuff, man. That's like the 2020 edition Simple Lawn Solutions.
2020 or 2022?
Finally had a little dip in the temperatures, got a little rain yesterday, got a little more on the way. And I was like, this is the perfect window to get it down. So I had to do it. Put the kids down, got out there. Of course, I took my camera with me, but
of course,
got it down.
You got to film all that stuff, right?
Dude,
of course, because you're a lawn influencer, right?
Yeah,
supposedly.
Hey, well, speaking of lawn influencers, we got the elitist club on earth joining us tonight. I'll just go from what I see up top. We got Yard Hard, we got Steel Cut Lawn, we got Brett 2077, we got Bry Guy's Lawn, we got the Lawn Sauce, and then Drunk Lawn Guy's out there somewhere. He's coming around, but these are some of the members of KOTG Lawn of the Week. So welcome, fellas.
Thank you.
Can I ask why Drunk Lawn Guy has his shirt on right now?
I was wondering the same thing.
Yes. It's almost half a shirt.
There
it
is.
All right.
Sorry about that. I'm cooking dinner, so I was unprepared.
Ooh.
Have you ever done the
as long as you're not cooking bacon, you'll be all right.
Have you done the old truffle shuffle before on live on the internet?
No, I don't think tonight's the night.
Yeah. Remember,
something tells me he has.
That's a different side of the
Welcome,
internet.
fellas.
Howdy.
We got Brad on again from last week. Looks like maybe you're inside now, or are you still outside?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't hear you. Check your mic.
Looks like he might still be at work.
Yeah, might be work now. He might be radio DJing or something over there.
He took all his setup to work and he's just got set up on his desk. His boss walks by it like at the end of the day. He's like, "What are you doing?"
Nothing. Switch browsers real quick. Well, that's what I do, man. I'm traveling again. I was just telling Olee before we got here. So this will be after next week. I'll be traveling again. So it'll be like 4 weeks in a row. So I've come up with a pretty good setup that I just pack up and unpack and set up and all that good stuff. So it works out.
Nate, are you outside? You look like you're outside.
Ooh,
Yes,
Nate?
sir.
Oh.
Yeah,
backyard.
Backyard all day, right?
Hell
No, like you mentioned, it's last week was in like the mid 90s, upper 90s, and then next week it's back in the 90s, and like right now mid to lower 80s, and at night it's getting down to 60s. So I was like, you know what? It's freaking nice out right now. I'm gonna sit out back and just do it on the patio because normally right now it's like still 85 degrees and you can't even sit out here without just sweating your ass off.
Oh man. Yeah.
So I decided, you know what? I'm gonna sit on the old back patio. Yeah.
Nice. Plus you got your little cooler off to the side, right?
So the game plan with the deck cooler is on Fridays, on the way home on Friday from work, grab a bag of ice and keep it cool all weekend. Then on Sunday night, we pull the drain and let the water all out. So during the week, there's no beers in the patio for it in the cooler, but during the weekend, it's always on ice.
Nice.
So,
Nice.
Yeah. So right now it's actually not on ice. So
Week.
yeah. Sorry.
Cool. Well,
I still got the fridge and everything, but I just don't have the back patio specific cooler.
So tonight's going to be kind of loosey goosey. So before we get too loose, let's all grab a glass.
Oh,
hopefully everybody's got their glass and keep off the grass.
Cheers, boys.
So maybe first of all, everybody kind of see what you're drinking. We'll start with, since we have so many people, we're gonna have to call it out. So
Test.
Lyle, let's start with you. What are you drinking tonight?
Corona tonight.
Corona. All right. Drew, what do you got?
I got black coffee.
Black coffee in this
Boy.
KOTG
All right.
mug. Love it.
Business. Yee-hee.
Brett, what do you got?
Bud Light.
Bud Light. Cool.
Ew.
That was something drunk lone guy used to drink till Nate got a hold of him. So watch out. Who else we got? Bright guys, what do you got going?
Just some cranberry seltzer.
Ew.
All
All
right.
right. Keep it fresh.
All right. And we got Brad, who's probably working. So
Have some Aloha Made Fuji apple juice.
ooh.
That sounds great.
All right.
Is it a hard apple juice?
No, I'm at work.
No.
The question stands.
So that's a no.
Yeah.
You can't have a
All
hard
right,
one.
drunk lone guy, what do you got? You said you
Tonight,
were gonna drink.
I'm drinking Bush.
Oh, okay.
I'm drinking Bush. The lawn's drinking a little bit of this. So everyone's getting some tonight.
You pour it in there to mix it?
Everyone.
Pour a beer in there?
Yeah, did you pour your bush in the Hosen sprayer?
No, that's only when I use the backpack sprayer.
Okay.
Hey,
Okay.
you should try that. I want to see how it comes out of the hose and sprayer.
How many
See if it
beers per
works.
1,000
Frothy.
square feet?
There you go.
Yeah.
16 ounce. We need to
At
know
least
how
a
many.
case, right?
12 ounce. We need to figure that one out.
If
So
you
that
want to know the
bottle-
truth, I do a beer for every 1,000 square feet usually when I do it.
That seems
12
like
ounce
People
can.
think,
Fair.
they think it's a joke, but I like the way it smells.
You roll around in it afterwards like a dog.
No, I just like when the lawn smells like me. We both smell drunk. It's good.
So have you ever used the Bush Light soap then?
I have not.
What?
I always see it. I just never buy it. Should I
Oh,
buy
man.
it? Is it worth it?
Ask Zach. Ask Zach about it.
Zach has some. I didn't know that. You don't have any, Nate?
Oh, I
Oh,
got several bars. There's a funny story from when we were in GIE and our Uber driver was talking about it, and I was telling him what my wife thinks about that soap, and it was hilarious. It was after the bar, and it was a good fun ride home. So you got to come to GIE this year, and maybe there'll be some more stories like that. So
Some new ones too, I'm sure.
We'll have to get like a party bus or something everybody can fit in. Drive
yeah, we got
around.
Ole's flatbed.
Oh, yeah. Everybody on the back.
Hang on.
Ole, you bringing the flatbed again this year?
It's either be the flatbed or I'm gonna ride with somebody that's going right past. So it'd be either way. Either way, it'd be a Cummins.
That boy.
All right, so everybody else, Lawn of the Week crew, is anybody going to GIE? You guys made plans? You guys thinking about it?
I'll be there.
Nice.
Are you guys gonna be there?
I got my
too?
tickets already. Yep.
Awesome. And where are you at?
Not me.
Where are you at, Brian?
I'm in Nashville, so I'm only about like a hour and a half, 2 hour drive.
Oh, perfect.
Oh man, that's awesome.
That's perfect.
I could go home and sleep in my own bed if I really wanted
Right,
to.
yeah.
I'm gonna make a trip out of it.
Yeah, exactly. Brad, what did you
Anybody
say?
not registered and they need to save 50%, let me know. We can get you in the door for $10.
$10 U-Haul special. You call Ole.
He's not lying.
They haven't built the bridge from Hawaii to Nashville yet, so I don't think I'll be going this year.
The
No.
expressway.
You've already made your trip to the mainland once, so that's enough for the year, right?
Well, no, we're going again.
Oh.
We're gonna in October, right before GIE with the family. So I missed
Ah.
that.
Well, that's
How long is
fair.
that flight?
Oh, I'd say about 10, 11 hours.
Wow.
Man. Watch a few Netflix, do a little binge in there if you had any Wi-Fi or something. Shoot. Man.
I don't know, man. My flight today was 4 hours, and that's about as long as I can sit down without having to get up and walk around and stuff. So
Oh man.
But all right, what about everybody else? Who else is going to GIE? No
I'm
plan.
trying to
I
get
not
my
be able to make it this year, unfortunately.
No, okay.
I'm not going to a New York trip with my family because I told them I'm going to GIE. So
Wow,
I better go.
Right.
Awesome.
With my brothers. My wife said only one trip a year without me.
Well, I have to say, I think most of the KOTG guys are going. As far as I know, everybody's kind of leaning more towards yes than no. So hopefully we'll see a lot of you guys out there. We'll all have our Hawaii shirts on from last week, our Aloha shirts. So you'll be able to find us pretty easily, I think.
Yeah.
All right. So since we have the club in here, we're just kind of curious, maybe a little bit about you guys. People don't know. Usually you guys are in the chat, chatting it up. You guys have, what we've liked to see is you guys, got a Discord going. You guys are all in a chat together, talking it up. What is your guys' favorite part of being in the club? What do you think you guys have gotten out of the club, learned from it, or maybe stay away from it, or who knows what? But most of you guys I see in there. So does anybody want to expand on it, being a part of the club?
How did the club get created?
How the club get created? There's Zach. What's up, Zach?
Hey, what's up?
I'd be curious to hear that answer too. I think it was Drunk Lawn Guy that started the initial club on Instagram when we had the old Instagram chat.
Yeah.
That was a long time ago. I don't really
remember. That was a long time ago. That was a lot of beers ago.
A lot of beers ago. In fact, I think a lot of beers were in the creation too. I think that's what it was. So you guys know when I won, I was pretty excited and I kind of went crazy with it. And then I started welcoming every new member to the club. And I think I was like the second or third winner. So it just kind of organically happened, just being funny. And then we ended up making a chat at some point. And then it grew too big for Instagram. So we had to, Lyle there made a Discord for us.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of knowledge, a lot of guys with some killer lawns. So we have a lot of fun with it.
So we are episode 78 right now, and we started the Lawn of the Week winners back in episode 15. So we are 63 episodes in. Now, there were some weeks that we missed, right? We didn't pick a winner for one reason or another, but that was probably a handful of them. About 60-ish winners out there. And Drunk Lawn Guy, you're correct. You were number 2. And from what I remember is, you started kind of hyping it up in the chat. Other people started winning. You're welcoming them. And then maybe a couple weeks into it, you were the declared president of the club. And so you ran with that, and we kind of put a little pressure on you to keep welcoming the guys that came in. You did a great job at it. And then you had a leather patch made or something on a hat for Lawn of the Week. I think that's on the belt now.
Yeah, I had the leather patch made the week I won because I think you guys invited me on the show. So for the next week. So I went nuts and had a friend who could make that pretty quick, and I made a hat to surprise you all with. So
that was pretty awesome. I remember that.
Grass holes.
Yeah.
So before that, it was hashtag grass holes on your hat, and then you won it and you turned it into KOTG Lawn of the Week. I remember you posted a picture and we all just got super excited.
I remember when we picked you for Lawn of the Week, like somebody suggested you, and then someone's like, "Oh, is that the dude who rides his bush mower?" Is that the dude who's riding his bush mower? And we're like,
Hey.
yeah, it was.
Well, remember when? Do you still have to start your push mower by the drill?
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about that.
You still have that?
No, I got it fixed.
He got it fixed and he upgraded.
Mhm.
He real mows now, guys.
It was a fancy reel mower.
Mhm.
I still rotary mow the backyard once a month when I do it because the backyard
Once
is
a month.
shit, so it's so bad back there. Oh my gosh.
Does anybody have video of you riding a push mower?
Yeah, I gotta search back through this.
Yeah.
It's way back there, but
Need to repost it.
Kenny will find it.
You'll find it. Yeah. Well, Kenny was just on. Looks like he just jumped off. It's getting late for him over there. So
Yeah, he was up past his bedtime last night and tonight.
wow.
How do you know that?
He texted me good night.
we're a really tight group, you guys.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because
Hey, so I was thinking about something for tonight since, we do Lawn of the Week. We got the Lawn of the Week group. We should kind of get that early in the show. And then if that person's in the chat, we should try and bring him on right now and get him introduced to the clique. What do you think
I
about
saw
that?
him on earlier.
Zach, are you
He
prepared?
said hello, but I haven't seen him. Oh yeah, he's
Nope. I'm not.
Zach doesn't have it. All right.
So we should get that ready. Maybe like 10 minutes
I
so
didn't
we can do
see
that.
a final decision.
Yeah, it was unanimous.
It was, but I don't remember who it was. I remember the lawn was super sexy, but I've been in and out all day with all the flooding in St. Louis. It's been. I mean, we haven't had the flooding, but there's been this whole back and forth with work about whether or not our St. Louis office is going to have to close. So I've been trying to keep up, but yeah, I missed who it was, but I know whoever it is has got a pretty sexy yard.
Yeah. There, I put it in our chat here for Zoom. So
Oh yeah, man. I
a
totally
little
missed
refresher
that.
reminder of it. So, well, it's a good thing you brought it up now, Nate, because then now we will wait to our normal time to pull it up, talk about it.
You're lucky. I saw that come up in the chat, and I was like, almost was like, "Hey!"
Oh yeah. Don't say it. Yeah, don't say it.
Be
Yeah.
careful. You guys got. I was half paying attention. I was looking for that lawn mowing riding video.
All right. So here's another question.
There it is.
By a raise of hands, who has actually gotten the belt? Lyle, Drew, and Bry. Okay, Bry, you actually just had it, right?
I
You
just
sent it over.
sent it out. Yeah, that's
Okay.
up. I just sent it out to Lon Nebraska, Drew, up in Ohio.
Okay. Yep. And he's been posting some cool stuff from his rooftop views. That's kind of his thing, is climbing up on his roof and taking pictures. So
Roof view enthusiast, as he hashtags.
yeah.
He's put me to shame. I didn't take as much content as I should have with that belt. As soon as he got it, he just started pumping it out, like one post after another, making me feel bad.
Well, luckily he's had somebody right before him post stuff. Like for you, I think the belt went missing for like 2 months again or something.
Mhm.
I don't know.
Yeah, I thought we had another Harper on our hands.
Yeah. I think
No, he
we're
didn't
at episode 61. I think he said he was.
Mhm.
So we've got about 17 more people
5
to
months
keep
behind.
up on. Jeez.
I couldn't wait for the belt, so I just made my own ring.
Yeah, let's
Yeah,
see
that
it.
is awesome.
You got it right.
Let's see this thing.
There you go.
That is sick.
That's so
Cool.
awesome.
I hope
That's
you
so
wear
cool.
that to like your class reunion. And
Everything.
Class reunion, board meeting.
Yeah.
Look at that.
That is badass.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
Did you
That's
get
so
to pick the
cool.
green emerald in the middle?
I did, yeah.
Nice. You just
That's
said
so
match
great.
match that to the color of my lawn.
Pretty much.
That's awesome. I love it. That's great.
That's
Forget high school, man. Lawn of the week.
That's right.
So, oh yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, you ever just walk in, just kind of nonchalantly, just kind of Yeah, you see this thing right here?
This
It's
old
just
thing,
on my
no big
desk at
deal.
work too. So.
I was gonna say, so Lyle, Isle, Brad, you guys have been on here a few times, but I kind of, with going back to Brett, since he had the ring, I mean, let's start with like getting to know some of you guys. So like, tell us about your lawn. What do you mow with? Type of grass you got? How did you win lawn of the week? How did you win lawn of the week?
I got it in before this heat wave started in Missouri, for starters. But I'm down in Nixon, Missouri. It's just outside of Springfield. And I did a full reno on the front last fall, started in August, killing it all off. Went with the Jonathan Green Black Beauty Ultra Bills. TikTok got me onto that. So brought in a bunch of dirt, and you know, as soon as you go in and bring all the dirt, once you get it down, you get a big rainstorm. So I had to go for a second round of that.
Oh man.
Yeah. Fortunately, it was only one extra load that I brought in, but still had to do more.
Sometimes one extra load's all you need.
One extra load.
So a question for all of you guys when you get to yours as well is, have you always been into lawns, or is this kind of a hobby that's peaked out of quarantining? I'm curious about that as well.
Yeah, so for me, it was out of quarantine. We had a big backyard, just the very center of the yard had a huge above ground garden on it. And I was like, with two little ones, that's not going to work for playing in the backyard. In June of 2020, I just took it all out and started growing some. But the front was where I decided the dog wasn't going to get to it and destroy it as well. So
that's what it's all about, man. Business in the front, party in the back, you know. It's the showtime in the front.
All right, who wants to go next? Drew?
I like to keep it showtime all the way around. But the dog still has his play space out back, and the kids and that. We had the pool on the yard over the weekend and everything survived. So that's what we do it for, right?
Yep. Oh yeah.
But no, I guess mine was kind of born out of quarantine myself. I mean, I had two brothers growing up. I was the one that consistently mowed the yard, basically picking up their slack. But I don't even know if you can call it a yard. I've shared it on the Discord of my parents' yard. It's mainly moss and dirt. But when we moved into my house now in 2015, it was a hodgepodge of cool season weeds and whatever contractor grade zoysia that was in the neighborhood. And I guess my first kind of rendezvous into the lawn care realm was the Sunjoe dethatcher, you know, trying to thin out that zoysia and just manage it. And then through quarantine, I found the lawn care Instagram and spun down the rabbit hole of lawn care YouTube, and then ended up, you know, saying, screw it, I'm going to kill this off. We're going to go full blown all out. And the episode that got me was the Tuckahoe Turf episode, talking about the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Pittsburgh Pirates. And I was like, dude, that's what we got to do. I was talking to my boy. He's 5. He's going to be 6 next month. But he was like, Dad, we got to get Steelers grass. We got to get Steelers grass. So we went for it. It was like beginning of August. I started killing everything off. Mind you, my wife's expecting a baby at the end of August. So we're like pushing it. I killed everything off. Did a couple rounds of glyphosate out front. And then took the Sunjoe and raked everything up, and then got everything down 2 days before we had my daughter. And then I can't remember what storm it was. I think it was Ida that came through and just dumped rain on us. And I had peat moss and seed going down the backside of my house, and I'm like, oh my God. And I'm taking shovelfuls and spreading it back out on the front yard because I hadn't had a ton of germination at that point. But then it came in, and the single doubles that you guys just pulled up, that was what won me Lawn of the Week, episode 45. So it was Tuckahoe turf and the Steelers and Pirates grass that really got it for me. And it's funny. My boy and I went to PNC Park there a couple weekends ago and did a tour. They wouldn't let us on the field, but we're sitting there in the dugout, and the guy's talking about the blend of Kentucky bluegrass and how they get it from this sod farm in New Jersey. And my boy's like, Dad, he's talking about Tuckahoe. And the guy's like, you know it. He's like, I was like, yeah, we might have the same grass in our front yard.
Yeah. That's awesome.
But it was funny. Yeah, my boy was all excited. It was a cool moment.
That's awesome.
That's awesome, man.
So did theirs look as good as yours then?
Debatable.
50-50.
Yeah. It depends on the day and the sunlight.
There you go. That's the thing, man, with the overseeding, especially when you go, for bare dirt and you're starting over, you really want to make sure you have a little bit of seed left over because you just never know, right? You want to be able to just chuck on a little extra if you have to. So it's I tell my wife, I need that 50-pound bag because
that's right.
Even if I use half, you got to have a little backup.
That's right.
Get all of the zoysia out, or is it like coming through?
So in the front, I haven't seen many signs of it. Now along the roadway, I still see it peeking up, like actually physically on the road in the cracks of the road, but I haven't seen it coming back up through my Kentucky blue. Now in the back, I didn't kill everything off. I did multiple apps of mesotrione to kind of suppress the zoysia, and it worked pretty well. I think I did three apps spaced like 10 days apart. This was later on in September, and then I did a heavy overseed of some pure seed cultivars that I get locally from a feed and seed store. It's pretty cool. They actually just donated 150 pounds of seed to me for our ball field renovations this fall. So if you can support them, that'd be awesome, because they're definitely willing to help out the community.
That's awesome.
Cool.
That's super cool.
Lyle, you hanging out over there, hanging in there over in Oregon, man?
I almost feel like he's in Hawaii with like
he's
banana leaves or
too,
something up there.
It's hot. I'm struggling. I was in the shade when we started, but it's gone.
You gotta pick up your tripod and move over a little
I need to move a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. That 30% humidity is really getting to you out there, isn't it?
It is. It is. Wasn't ready for this.
These are inside jokes from the KOTG Lawn of the Week Discord. So just FYI.
Brad, guys, you said you're in Nashville, right?
Yes, sir.
So I'm going to ask you, are you a musician? Because you kind of look like one.
Used to be.
Okay.
I was professional touring musician, basically straight out of high school. Wow. Up until actually right before COVID hit, January of 2020.
What genre?
Whatever paid the best.
Oh.
Mostly rock, pop rock, alternative. That I didn't move down here for music, but my wife and I moved down from Massachusetts, the Boston area, in the summer of 2018. We just got priced out of New England, so we started looking out of state. I'd never had a lawn outside of growing up mowing my parents' lawn.
Going bad.
And this is my first one. New construction home. I basically you drive by new construction houses, you see no finish grade, bunch of construction debris in the yard. That's what I had. I did not have the builder giving me anything to work with, so I started basically from the ground up, and made a lot of mistakes without any guidance early on. So cheap seed, overwatering, underwatering, not knowing what common Bermuda was coming from the Northeast. I'm still dealing with that, but I'm working through it. Both the Bermuda and lawn disease. It's something that I'd never really experienced before. So it's a learning curve, and 2.5 years in now, or sorry, no, about 4 years in. I guess I started laying seed August of 2018. I closed on my house in July. So as soon as I closed, I started working. And really the only reason I won Lawn of the Week is because I was the only one mowing stripes at that time of the year. I think that was March. It was the upside of living in the transition zone. We don't get a lot of snow. If we do, it's melted by the next day.
I can tell you right now, if you were mowing curvy stripes in March, I still wouldn't have voted for your ass. But
I've given them a shot. I will say I've tried some curvies, but it's just the way that the sun lines up. They don't hit the same way.
True.
So like pandemic or not, it seems like a lot of guys that I've connected with really, got into it when they got into their first home and they became like a homeowner, and you kind of, it's almost like one of those things where you're like, okay, I want to have a nice yard. And then you start kind of working a little harder, you dig a little deeper, and you kind of start to see some results of your work, or you want to make it look nice. It's not necessarily like you don't start from all or nothing, but you kind of gradually dip your toes, and then like, all right, you see some successes and you build on that. And I think that's just super awesome, because that's exactly how it was for me. Was the lawn's not the greatest. Like, okay, I want to put a little effort into it. And then you kind of see your successes, your failures, you learn, and then you just build on that. And then eventually you get this really nice yard. And it's not necessarily, sure, we talk about lawn domination and, and all that kind of stuff, but it's really just taking pride and having a nice yard and seeing the results of your efforts. And I think that's super awesome that you guys are into the same stuff that we're into. And it's really neat that this community has kind of grown in these past couple of years. And I'm just excited that we've all been able to meet each other and connect on this common kind of interest and hobby. That's just, I don't know. It's great. I love it. I'm glad you guys are here, and this is awesome.
Well put. I agree.
Yeah, well put.
Yep. The wives, they take care of the inside, right? They get it all pretty.
Yeah. They get the pillows just right, and they, and we're outside, doing our thing.
Yep.
It's a balance.
Well, we're the ones that make the house look inviting to come in. So
there you go.
Kind of evens out there. One quick question from Lucky Green Stripes. He kind of wants to know if you guys have any online competition that you're trying to keep up on, or do you feel like being part of the club, you kind of already compete with one another to see who has the better lawn? You got some friendly competitions going on? I'm gonna have to ask.
I'll say something. It's hard to compare, because you could say like, oh, I want it to be like Olee's, but I have like 3,000 square feet of turf here. I can't do it. And then it's like cool season. Like I look at the worm season guys, and it's like, well, that's. But I like to give golf course lawn a bad time, and I'll always take it try to be better than his. So that's my pick.
There you go.
Plus, he's not on here tonight, so I can say that.
I guess on kind of like on top of that question, I'm kind of curious, like not only like who got you into like lawn care, like on YouTube and stuff like that, but was there any like accounts on Instagram that you just kind of like latched onto, as far as like, oh, like I saw Zach's yard right away, like, started asking questions, and we just, that was my goal, and just kind of like, was there anyone in particular that made you kind of, like to that question, not so much competition, but was there someone that was just like, man, that's what I want? You saw that one picture, it was like, that's what I want, and you kind of got to work with that person or whatever.
I can't remember. It was one of the first lawn of the week, like maybe the first 5. I think it was it Tiff Tuff or something like that?
Yeah,
it was like a super small area, but every time I see it, like it just gets, there you go. It just gets better every time I see it. And that's something that it's like always improving, always making yourself better. And that's a small area, so I can relate to that. But that's one that I've always kept up on.
Yeah, he has an awesome lawn.
Keeps it tidy.
I'll tell you my inspiration now, like today, is this guy named Yardheart. Have you guys seen his backyard? Woo! It's like everything I dream about. Like, I talk a lot of trash, but man, your lawn, everything, like your whole setup in your backyard inspires me. Like I'm currently like trying to rework my backyard and trying to figure it out. And I'm always looking at pictures of yours, and I'm like, man, he's got those beautiful beds. He's got that shed up in the corner. He's got the little pool. He's got a bar and that fireplace that plays music.
I saw you post videos of using an excavator to dig some putting holes in your backyard there, getting ready.
Those are my kids just tearing up that backyard. They're crazy. No, I actually was replacing a water line at another location. And
did you ever get that finished up?
Yeah. I got
Kinda.
landscaping. There's water on.
Confident, yeah.
The water's on.
That's all that matters, right?
Is it through a garden hose above the concrete?
Is it below the frost line?
It's legit. It's buried at a 4-foot depth. We're all good. But yeah, the yard looks like crap, but it's HOA maintained. So I said, hey, what do you guys want me to do to fix this? And they haven't emailed me back. So I'll just wait for them to find me, and then I'll argue with them that they never emailed me, and we'll go from there.
They're going to use that against you, that video. They're going to find that video and they're going to use that against you.
Yeah.
Don't make that one of your YouTube shorts.
Brad, you're on
yeah,
mute,
it was.
man.
I sent a screenshot to the guys last week of me, you, and Brad, and you both had your shirts off.
That was the after show.
You got to be careful.
That was the after show.
I thought we didn't talk about after show in front of everyone.
That was like,
well, we're trying to get more Lawn of the Week winners here, right?
Yeah. The KOTG after hours or after dark or whatever.
Yeah, that was late into the evening or early into the morning, however you want to look at it. When I saw that when I woke up, I was like, wow. Good morning.
You guys were up to like 1 o'clock my time or something like that. It was ridiculous. And then I saw
I think it was like 2:30 on the East Coast. I was like, oh my God.
It's like I'm back into my college dorm days or whatever, and just staying up all night and shooting the shit.
I was going to work on Wednesday.
Do that anymore.
They're like, were you on your damn podcast all night again? And I'm like,
oh yeah.
Be like, wait.
No, I wasn't on there that late. My kids and shit. Definitely not the podcast.
We can go into Lawn of the Week if you want to roll with it, Brian.
All right. Well, since we have so many Lawn of the Week winners on here, let's explain a little bit again to those who don't know. Lawn of the Week, as we mentioned, started about 60-something episodes ago. So for over a year, we've had this little friendly competition going on Instagram. So for those who want to join the Discord and want to become Lawn of the Week one of these times, what you need to do is use the hashtag KOTG Lawn of the Week and post it on your Instagram under a post or a story. A reel. The stories are the ones that disappear. So post or a reel. That way we can see it, find it. We're all following it. We like to debate about it and all that kind of stuff. So the more, the better. So use that hashtag. When you win Lawn of the Week, we'll contact you. The people over at Pro Pete, John and his crew, wearing their hat today, they actually have been gracious enough to send out a bag of their fertilizer to all the winners, and those that can't use it or maybe a liquid only or have some restrictions, they'll send out some of their merch for you guys to represent as well. But those winners get their choice of NPK. So without further ado, this week we have chosen Hawkeye Corvette Boy.
Oh, yeah. This is a newcomer, it looks like, man. Woo, coming in hot.
It's so good.
He's obviously he's there in Iowa, right, Nate? I think you've talked to him a little bit. I think that's where the Hawkeye comes from. Maybe not. I don't know. Iowa Hawkeyes. I don't know. I guess we need to find out where he's from.
Well, he'll fit into the club just fine.
Yeah, that's
Looking
slick.
Looking at that lawn, yeah, he'll be all right.
I don't know
We'll
if
accept him.
he was in the chat earlier. I don't know if he's still awake or not, but
I need to find out from him because I was looking at this earlier. His curb on to the street is just like mine. And how does he get the damn diagonals coming off the street like that? I'm like, you got to like build a ramp or something. How does he get the mower to make those diagonals? Because I want to do that. I have yet to do that in all my years. I just think that's awesome. It looks so cool. I need to reach out and find out what's his magic trick to get that done. It looks so
I
good.
didn't think about that. That would be a pain, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that's how mine is too. Which is why I generally rarely ever stripe my boulevard like that.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
you can do it. I have some videos of me doing it. But you basically, like, when you turn, you do not drop your back wheels off the curb.
Mhm.
Otherwise, you will scalp the shit out of it right there. But
yeah,
Yeah, right.
But like my stripe kit will hang off. It'll hang off the back when I'm swinging around. So, but the key is like get your back wheels as close as you can when you're turning. So that way, when you come back around, your stripe kit is right on the curb, right on the edge. So
yeah, I guess it'd be similar to like working around a mulch bed.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. But it
probably helps when you have a thick devil strip parkway like that. I mean, mine's not nearly as girthy as his, so it's a little bit tougher, but he's got a little bit more room to work with there.
Oh shit.
I love it when people get in the chat on our show and say stupid shit. Anyways.
Well, it's whatever state you're in, that's the easiest one to grow the grass in, according to that guy. So doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Because I've heard Utah's the easiest, and now Iowa's the easiest. I'm sure Missouri's the easiest. I guess maybe New Jersey's the hardest place to grow grass, right?
That's gotta be the hardest.
The garden state
about that.
The Garden State's tough to grow stuff there, I'm sure. Yeah.
That's why they got lawn paint in New Jersey.
Well, I don't know. You know, Brent grows some great grass, so
that's true. That's true. He's doing
hard
something
to do there. But no, congrats, Hawkeye Corvette Boy. I don't see him talking anymore in the chat, so you might have dropped off. But we'll be in contact with you to get your choice of Pro Pete. Speaking of Pro Pete, some of you guys may have seen on my story last week, I had the opportunity to go up to Idaho and hang out with John a little bit last Thursday. Super great guy, man. One of the best, down to earth, potato farmer, trucker, kind of, just a good old country boy. We had a great time chatting, and I said, you know what, we need you back on the show. And he said, all right, when? So we talked a little bit, and he's actually going to be on next week's show. So we're looking forward to that. John, they've got a product. It's called Fossil. He talked to me about some of the results that they're seeing. Shared some. He emailed Olee some of the pictures too, and I can't believe what it's doing for plants. So I'm excited for him to come back on and talk about that product. We'll have a little announcement when he's on here as well for stuff moving forward. But want everybody to come check out next week's show with John Pocock from Pro Pete. And he's also be at GIE. So make sure you look him up when he's when you guys are over there too. So little plug for next week's show.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Hey, Velvet's on.
Velvet.
What's up, brother?
Hey.
I heard you guys talking trash about Jersey.
Talking shit about Jersey.
That's the hardest state to grow grass in. So you tell us. Your lawn looks pretty good for it being the hardest state. So
Wait, I was going to change my background here. Hold on a second.
Oh, it looks good. Or unless you got a better picture of your lawn.
So I guess I'm curious. So those of you that have one lawn of the week and you got the
Ooh.
that have got the Pro Pete bag, how many of you have used it, liked the results, and then switched to Pro Pete from that experience? Has anyone done that?
I have.
So I definitely like the results. I have not switched full time just because I had already purchased products that I had planned out for the year, but it'll definitely be a staple in the warmer months for my program here on out.
Gotcha. Which one did you
Plan to
use?
use mine next week.
I got the 1704.
Okay.
So funny enough, I think I have every MPK of Pro Pete now, but what is that, Justin?
1358. I think it's
All
the one
right.
you bought me.
Oh, cool. 1358. So John
That's a
was
good
telling
one.
me, he's like, yeah, we have this ultra greens grade. And I forgot he talked about that last week. And I was like, oh, you've got some? He's like, yeah. And so I picked up a bag of 1704 in ultra greens grade. And I swear the bag feels like it's sand. It feels like there's just sand inside of it. He said it's kind of one of those things you don't want to put down when it's a little bit windy outside.
That's good.
I
Yeah.
bet.
But I need to open up some of my bags and kind of take pictures of because I have a greens grade and now I've got the ultra greens grade and then I just have the regular Pro Pete as well. So I want to see
Fairway.
the difference in size and stuff. So
I bet
with
that
all that
ultra
green
greens
grade,
grade is wild.
what's that?
I bet that ultra greens grade is wild.
I haven't opened up the bag, but just picking it up, it just feels
It's
like
got to be like a
sand.
dust.
Yeah, you got to have your spreader set all the way down to like 1.
To like
Otherwise, it'll be-
0.
Oof, it'll be
Yeah.
done. Oh shit!
I have to find something else to put it down with, I think.
A little powdered sugar spreader or something.
Yeah, no doubt.
Salt shaker.
Salt
Salt
shaker.
shaker. Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Oh shoot!
Let's
Anybody
kick it back
else?
to Velvet. Let him talk his talk.
Okay,
haven't
hey,
got to
Velvet.
Velvet yet.
What's up, guys?
What's up, man?
Yeah, I wanted to hop on real quick before it's past my bedtime. I got some early meetings tomorrow. Yeah. But what's going on?
Yeah, so tell us a little bit about your KOTG lawn of the week.
Lawn of the week. What was that? 40? I think it was 42. I don't even remember anymore.
It was a while ago, man.
Yeah. I'll tell you what. So it was. I mean, just watching you guys really inspired me to do a reno. So went ahead and I bought the Sunjoe dethatcher and tore it all up. I attempted to do so we bought the house in 2020, the first week we moved in, bought an ego mower, and it was all crabgrass, but so it was just mowing, and then I decided, you know what, I don't want to put down, I was scared of chemicals. I don't want to put down chemicals. I'm gonna weed this by hand. And so I spent 14 hours pulling out crabgrass and weeds by hand. Got some seed from Seed Superstore. Anyway, and it was mostly, it was like 70% clover too. So I just I tried ripping out the clover, and then did a heavy overseed. But the clover just grew right in, like stronger. So somebody told me, if you keep seeding it, it'll crowd out the clover. But I was impatient, and the clover just you can't crowd out a clover, man. It grows too quick. So anyway, went ahead, started following you guys, was watching you, and then through the spring last year, and I was like, all right, you know what, I'm gonna do a rent on the fall, and then yeah, after watching the Tuckahoe Turf episode, like it inspired me to get 365 SS. So threw that down, and then I watched a lot of Ryan Knorr did a DIY Hunter sprinkler heads, and then about 10 weeks. I think 10 weeks later, I won Lawn of the Week. So went from like seed to Lawn of the Week in 10 weeks.
Wow.
Nice, man.
That's impressive.
Doing something
Yeah,
right.
well.
Shoo.
Yeah.
You've
and
had
then
the
I think
belt. I think Brent came by when you had the belt one time, right?
He did. Yeah. And that was fun. I'm glad we made that happen. But yeah, so he came by. I think he's the only KOTG cast member who's actually seen the belt in person. Is that right?
As far as I know, yeah.
Yeah. I didn't go by when Justin had it.
Hopefully we all see it at GIE this year.
We got to get that damn thing to GIE, whatever it takes.
Yes.
You guys get in a
I'll fly
house?
wherever it is and pick it up.
Yeah.
You guys get in a house or what? What's going on? What's the deal for GIE?
Only if I'm bunk beds with Nate.
and Olee sleeps on the couch.
Well, I think Ole's already got his place, right? You got a place already.
I got a
reserved.
place hailed. So that way,
How many
better
better
than I was last year.
Now we're all gonna be sneaking in on Olee.
Going into Ole's at 5 a.m. send it the other way.
Boys, let's get a house. I'm in.
Good earplugs.
Me too.
House with a pool and a keg, a bush light.
Yeah.
Just one.
What else do you need? One per night.
Yeah.
We'll be out on the town at night.
You guys not day drink?
You'll be at GIE all day. Well, Zach, did we day drink at GIE?
Yeah.
How do you think they'd feel if you brought in a wagon full of with a keg? Like, oh no,
With a straw hook to it.
Brett had a
Gorilla
backpack
cart.
full of beers. And
I-
no one was drinking at GIE. He had a backpack full of beers.
Just clanging around.
I brought my
Yeah,
drawstring bag.
That's
Road
my kind of
sodas.
guy right there. I love it. I got
Well,
so many backpacks that are like, I don't know, they have inserts in them to keep everything cool.
Well, then we're outside at GIE, like walking around, seeing all the bulldozers and everything, and all the mowers, and we're drinking, walking around, and no one says a word the entire day. Hours we're out there, and all of a sudden we walk up, and there's huge signs like no alcohol, you're not drinking, all this. And I'm like, oh shit! Like, but we walked around the entire time, no one said a word, so not sure about that, but apparently we weren't supposed to.
Oops.
Yeah.
Yeah. Someone, Eli suggested doing like a Camelback full of beer or something.
I thought about that. You can have this room temperature tepid beer flat. all right. By the end of the day.
Hey, how's that again, Bill? Do that again.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know. I've never done that before.
Yeah, that's going to be a short later.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Hey, you're right, Drew. I got him.
100%.
I've never done that before. It was my first time.
Yeah.
Well, you're a natural.
What's funny is like what we're doing tonight, guys. Like this is literally like how KOTG got started. Like we were just sitting around drinking beers on Zoom, talking about like lawn care and just hanging out. And literally it was just like, oh, we should just like do this on a show. And essentially what we're doing now is exactly the birth of KOTG. So it's kind of cool.
Yeah, I want to do this more often. Like, we should just make it like a feature every 2 months or so, or every somehow. But we can have different people from the group come on. Anybody who's won Lawn of the Week, kind of spotlight you. And
Man, you
I
guys
think
just
it's cool.
got so busy during the winter, though. You had so much going on. You guys had a hell of a off season as far as guests went. It was
yeah,
We
great.
really tried. I mean, some of the guys that I didn't really line anybody up, but yeah, we really tried. It was like, fuck, we're not doing anything. We need to get some folks in and just talk about and learn and that kind of stuff. So yeah, I was really, honestly, I was proud of what all you guys had done. Zach and Cody and Nate and everybody finding folks to come on and talk to us. It was great. Olee, yeah. I mean, I was impressed. So this is really cool. So yeah, thank you. I appreciate that, Justin. I mean, we really tried to keep it interesting and bring on companies and guests that had something cool, unique, and different that even I had never heard of before. So that's great to hear, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah, you kept me engaged all winter in lawn care, even though I had snow on the ground. Well,
right?
Not enough snow, but I did have some every once in a while. But yeah, we always look forward to your next guest on Tuesdays all winter long. So it was good. So
no, I appreciate that. We almost took a month off in the winter too. I don't.
Yeah,
I'm not mistaken.
We talked about
No, it was awesome. You guys definitely did an awesome job of keeping everybody engaged and just seeing the different sides and kind of the background of lawn care and the industry. It was really cool to see.
Yeah, shout out to all the companies who came on too, because I like it because I think it's unique. Because I mean, you don't see those people everywhere. It's kind of like unique. It was cool that they came on, knowing we're just these small DIYers. They came on, and I think it was cool. And I think a lot of people know those companies now and have researched them, like the 365 and stuff like that. So I think that's cool.
Yeah, it's always nice to put a name to the face. And even though we don't all use those companies, that's for you guys to decide. You know what I mean? We're just out trying to educate what's out there and get a different perspective so that you guys all can make your own decisions on who you want to try. It's not us being like shoving it down your throat. You guys got to try the 365. If you don't, you're not cool, So we want you guys to see these different companies. When now it sounds like we got a high bar set that we gotta produce this winter now to get everybody.
Right.
That's right. That's right.
It keeps me going. In Hawaii, everything is green here year round. So
it really keeps them going through the winter.
Yep.
Tell you what, it was getting the first couple of companies to come on and sit down with us. That was so key, because that gave us the opportunity to reach out to other folks and be like, hey, check out this episode. We're like, this is legit. We got a real viewership. We got folks that tune in each week, and we've had some of these folks on, and I feel like, this winter we're going to have some more guests, and it's going to be another, interesting round of folks to talk to. We're going to bring some folks back. John's coming back. I mean, I never really knew much about Pro Pete until he came on, and that was really exciting. So I always learn something too when they come on. And yeah, like Brian said, if we don't use their stuff, it is what it is, but it's really cool to learn and see what's out there. So I'm hopeful we can get more folks on this winter and this year as well.
Well, the other thing that a lot of people don't realize is some of the stuff we've tried to get or we're working on getting, some of it just, we don't get answers to or whatever, but some of the ideas we have, or some of the people we've been emailing back and forth, and all of a sudden it just kind of falls through. It's like, God dang, if we could pull some of these guests, it'd be sweet. But there are some that hopefully we're going to have this year that are going to be some big ones, which would be super cool if they can make it happen. But we're trying really hard to, like I said, keep it interesting, keep it fresh, different companies, different stuff like that. But
a lot of it's scheduling. We're live. We're a live show on Tuesday nights. Somebody's got to be willing to come on at 8, 7, 9 o'clock on a Tuesday night and hang out with us for an hour. So sometimes it's just not that easy to make it work out. But we keep trying. We keep plugging away on some of these ones, these big fish we're trying to get. So we'll see what we can do.
Yeah, I remember. I was going to say, I remember when Tuckahoe, when Brett said he had Tuckahoe for an episode, like, I got this sod farm company, they want to come on. I remember thinking okay, man, it's just like your local sod farm.
yeah.
We can do better than this. And then I didn't say that, but then now it's probably one of the, one of my favorite episodes. A lot of people liked it. And it was I didn't realize how big they were. I didn't even know who they were.
There it is.
So
I had no idea either. Yeah. I've learned a lot. Yeah. No, it's been cool.
But that's what's cool to me is just what the heck?
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. You guys have done some incredible work, and I appreciate you letting me hang out with you every Tuesday night, whether it's in the chat or live after hours or whatever it is. I'm glad you guys let me be a part of it because I enjoy the hell out of it.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Appreciate you.
Well, that really was what keeps us going too, is, the feedback and knowing that you guys get as much out of it as us, because we could all just stay on Zoom and talk about it, but we go live for you guys so that you guys can talk about it and know about it. So I'm grateful.
That's, like that's half it. Like when we get tagged or, you poking the bear or whatever it is, it's all in good fun, but at the same time, like that's what, that's what makes it fun, just all the joshing back and forth, like like you see a lot of golf course and Lyle, like that. It's fun. It's fun to see it from the outside, but it's also fun to be like right in the middle of that group. So it's a brotherhood, but it's fun, and at the same time we're all helping each other. And as soon as one of us in that group comes with a problem, like, hey, took a picture of your lawn, posted it in the Discord or whatever, like 10 people are giving an answer or like trying to help. So not only is it, not only is it good fun,
5 of them are BS, but
that's true. Yeah. But it's what makes it fun. I mean, and also, like, if you want to drive your wife nuts, be like, why do you have 72 messages? Well, it's because these guys don't shut up if there's something going on, and they want to send all these messages all day long. So, but no, it's awesome. We're I've never won KOTG Law of the Week, but we're allowed to be in that club and that chat, so it's good stuff. It's fun.
Yeah,
honorary members.
Yeah,
there you go. There you go.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see the first lawn of the week that was somebody that didn't have anything until they started watching this show, and then turned it around to win the lawn of the week. That's going to be pretty cool.
Yeah.
If it hasn't happened already, maybe it has. I don't know.
I'd call myself borderline on that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it was like I was on the cusp of going down that route, and then I'd say you guys just pushed me over the edge.
Well, let me ask you this: How did
and my wife would agree?
Yeah. Did you guys find us through Instagram initially, or how did you guys first see Keep Off the Grass? Like, how, was it you were following one of us or engaged in the community already, and we just became part of it? How did you guys find Keep Off the Grass?
I think it was following you.
Yeah,
Okay.
I want to say the same thing, Bill, through Instagram.
Yeah.
When it was just my regular Drew McCleary Instagram before I went full-fledged grass hole.
Steel cut.
I think
That's
mine
awesome.
started with YouTube recommendation. Had like a picture of about 16 of you guys and an hour-long YouTube video. I was like, no, that's not happening. Then I got on the podcast and was like, all right, yeah, this is good. So then I started tuning in Tuesday night.
That's awesome.
So you
We'll
listened to
say-
the podcast
Yeah, I was-
platforms for a while.
Say that again.
You just listened to it on the platforms for a while, or
I did. I had about a 3-episode drive down to the lake one weekend and listened to it on iTunes. Yeah.
That's awesome. man.
I was strictly podcast for a long time, and then I want to say, I don't know if I've missed an episode live in like almost a year.
That's cool to hear, man. I know Brent puts a lot of work into kind of tweaking the audio and really making the podcast sound good. And I think he appreciates that, because he's the one that puts that on the podcast audio. I mean, it's a lot of work to go through and take an hour and a half long episode and kind of squeeze out the dead air. And I don't know, he does a great job. So I think he would love to hear that. So that's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. No, they were perfect, because I've got multiple sites that I report to, and my minimum drive to work is 45 minutes. So they were perfect. Like I could get 2 episodes. I could bang out 2 episodes a day.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. That's
Plus,
really cool,
plus we were like #1 in Denmark or something, right? So,
Yeah.
Shout out to the Danish.
Shout out to the Danes, man.
it's amazing like how many downloads and plays we get off those platforms. Like how it's like double. I mean, it's more than our YouTube.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't say double, but it's more than our YouTube.
Yeah, and I have to say, like, and other guys may feel the same way. When we just started shooting this idea out, we were just like, And there's no way people are going to sit around and listen for an hour about lawn. We got to shorten this up or whatever. And then we just started rolling with it. And it's really just kind of become its own little community, which is super awesome. And, like we would have never have met otherwise, which is kind of mind blowing in itself, but it's just really cool.
Oh, yeah, I just got those pictures. My bad.
What you think of that?
That's crazy.
That'll give you an idea. Oh, this is a damn good one. I have to make this a favorite. I need to share this one right here. It's got all three of them where you can actually see the difference. Bam, bam, bam. Three bags stacked on top of each other. Three-way.
Oh, menage a trois.
Oh, 3 sacks.
3 sacks.
Oh, never mind.
You might want to get that looked at.
That's three baggies. You ever heard the song Dust in a Baggie?
I'm so curious. Keep going.
Share that 3 stack. Oh, damn. Here's an even close up.
I'm trying.
Here's a close up. That'll show you the ultra.
Oh, wait. I forgot this is the real show.
Oh, is that the Pro
wow.
Pete?
Okay.
There's one more after that that's even closer. That'll give you an idea of
ultra, one of those green grades, ultra
standard.
Green.
So which one's the standard, the biggest one? Is that what you would find at like Home Depot? Probably just the standard bag.
Just the normal.
That's
just
what I
normal
use. Fairway grade, right? That's what they're.
Fairway is what they call it.
Yeah.
King's grade.
That's probably what I've used.
Not real mowing. That's what you want.
Yeah. It's good fertilizer, man.
So is there any advantage to using the other stuff if you're, I don't know, and anything over an inch?
For the ultra?
Also, what you get from the ultra and the other stuff is it releases quicker. It melts. You get a quicker pop.
Yeah, breakdown. But it also a better chance of getting down past the blades, depending on how thick the grass is.
Yeah, it's just coverage. I mean, you definitely get more coverage with a smaller prill size.
Mm-hmm.
Think about just throwing like a pile with your hand and watching it land, like what it would do.
Yeah.
Well, then the other thing you're running.
That's cool.
The fairway actually probably throws farther, because you got a bigger piece of a material, so it actually goes farther. So as you run this other stuff, it's lighter. You have to tighten up your passes so you don't tiger stripe something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We'll have to ask John next week, but I think I put some fossil stuff down before I left yesterday, and it almost looks about the size of the greens grade, the middle bag. So it's a pretty small prill. I don't know. We'll ask him comparison size next week.
Be careful.
No. LTZ.
Choose your words
LTZ,
wisely.
there is a song called Dust on the Baggie. You'll have to check it out. Fella's got some fast fingers. Trying to think what his name is. Somebody's bound to listen to him pick the guitar. Hold on a minute. I'm going to look it up. Dust on the Baggie. Dust in a Baggie.
That sounds like a hell of a night.
Yeah, it does.
His name is Billy Strings.
Yeah,
if you've never listened to Billy Strings, you have to watch him pick a guitar.
I'm guessing that's why his fingers move so fast on the guitar.
He's zooming.
Mm-hmm.
Brad, is it almost time for you to clock out for the day or what, man? It's gotta be 5:00 over there now?
Yeah, just about. Just kind of
he's milking the clock.
Checking the last scene.
Need some overtime.
He's like, hey, I'm on the browser. Switch browser. Yeah, I'm over here.
Hey, Brad's still at work?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's just crazy to me.
Yeah, no shit.
Oh, sorry, boss. Sorry.
Nothing to see here. What would you say it is you do here?
Yeah.
Okay, so here's another quick question I have for you guys. Now that your guys' lawns look as good as they do you have neighbors coming by all the time and asking questions and saying, they want some advice or want you to help them out?
I do. I got my neighbor across the street asking me questions every couple of weeks. I almost talked him into doing a warm season lawn, so I could have a cool season on my side of the street, and then push him to have a warm season, so I got to have best of both worlds. But he's got twins that both of them, 2 years old, so he's got his hands full. I'm not sure if he's ready for it. I'm not sure if he's ready for that commitment yet.
You live across the street from Rooted?
Yeah, right.
He's coming asking advice. Anybody else become the neighborhood lawn guy?
No, my neighbors just asked me to do it. Like,
your neighbor wants the quick fix.
Yeah, and it didn't work out. I tried my best. Just kidding, I didn't. I tried one time.
Give him yard hard discount code for True Green.
I feel like when neighbors come up to you and talk to you and ask you, there's some genuine curiosity, but really they don't get kind of the level, I think, that we all kind of, the amount of thought process that goes into it, and planning and it's an annual thing, right? You're doing stuff today, anticipating what you're going to be doing a month or two from now, and it's summertime, but I'm already thinking about fall and my overseeding plans, and they don't, unless you're into it like we are, you can't get their lawn looking like this overnight. I mean, you can tell, get this fertilizer, get some water in, but unless they have a genuine interest, it's just not going to happen. So it's almost like, is it even worth giving them advice when it's not going to work, and I don't want to have that animosity or any kind of like expectation.
Well, they're a lot more reactive, and you have to be much more proactive to make it work.
There you go. Yeah, that's exactly right, Lau. Exactly. Yes.
Yeah, and it like a game plan. Yeah, and if they start asking about it, and like you start, even if you go into minimum detail, you can see them like glaze over, whoa, okay, that's a little bit too much for me.
That's not. I'm just wondering, how do I keep weeds from my? Yeah, okay, it's not that easy, my guy. I mean, come on,
exactly.
There's steps involved. Yeah.
But my standard answer now is like, how do you get your lawn so green? And I say like, well, do you have 6 hours?
Right.
If you really want to talk about it, like I can talk about it all day long. But like that's what it takes. And
put a meeting on my calendar.
They're like, what's the one thing I can do? I mean, there's a lot of things.
I just tell them to watch YouTube on Tuesdays.
There you go.
Yeah,
exactly.
Do not do that.
But that's probably, like you just said it though. That's what everyone wants. What's the one thing, or what's the minimal thing that I have to do, or what's the one product I can just spray on there and tomorrow I wake up and it's magically green and no weeds and everything. And I think that's like literally people's expectations. Like, like, can you transform my lawn in like a month? Well, no, because it takes almost several seasons, to, depending on what you want to do. But at the same time, like, I don't want to water my yard. I don't want to do anything. I don't want to, it's like, sorry, it's going to look the same.
It's just like anything else that you have an interest in. If you want to have a backyard garden, it takes effort. If you want to go mountain biking on the weekends, you got to do the work. Otherwise, you're going to kill yourself. If it's a hobby, it's something you're into. It's something that takes time and effort and consistency. And So the worst is you get these. And well, anyway, enough of that. But it's we're into it, man. It's what we like to do. So, we take the time, we put in the hours, we learn and we grow, and it's not an overnight thing.
Well, they're clearly not watching you close enough to see how much time you are spending in the lawn to know it's not a quick fix.
Sure.
Well, then it takes twice as long for most of you guys, because you got to get out your cameras and your all that shit too.
Stop real quick at another angle. Yeah.
And a lot of time inside the house cleaning up so that I can go outside to work in the yard.
Exactly. Yes. Hey, babe, I want to make dinner. Get the kids
There is
down.
the trade-off right there.
Yeah.
You gotta get that.
I did the dishes, bath time, read the books, got the kids to bed tonight because I was getting the evil eye all day for what was about to come tonight. And I'm like, listen, it's one time.
Well, Nate, you're struggling, man. You got kids that are doing sports after school. You get up for work crazy early. You get home when it's already dark. Like I have the benefit of my oldest is 6, my youngest is 2. Like when the kids start getting older and every night is consumed with sports activities, and every weekend's a baseball tournament, I just, I'm looking down the road like, okay, this, I may not be able to keep this level of commitment forever. So enjoy it while I can, because it's going to get busy fast.
Yeah.
So true. So true.
This summer for me it's been crazy. Like, I mean, not only like, you get your 90-degree weeks where you're just struggle busting anyways. And then on top of that, and I don't have irrigation, I just run hoses, and the hose setup I have is not a complete coverage. So I still have to move hoses and do all that. So I'll run them in the morning, and then a lot of times they're done. So I'll get up, and before I leave for work at, 5 something in the morning, I'll be out in the backyard moving them and trying to run them again in the other areas. So doing all that as well. But yeah, it's, like you said, you get home and, like the last couple nights I've got home, went straight to the ball fields, games, get home, do dinner, literally putting the kids down to bed at 8:55 and hopping on here at 9:00 and trying to make sure that, keep the wife happy as well. So.
Not enough hours in the day.
No, there's definitely not. So then on the weekends, it's like, what do you want to do? Well, I want to get cut up in the yard. I want to mow. I want to, lay some stripes. I want to spray some stuff. I want to do all that on the weekends. So it's like, that's not what the family wants to do. They want to go to the zoo, or they want to go to, the parks, or do whatever. So you got to find that balance. It's very difficult, but you got to find that balance with family and hobbies.
Do a lot of my work about midnight, spraying the yard, putting stuff down.
I've been doing that a lot lately myself, getting like the late night application in, just because that's when you find time to do it.
Yeah, there's a lot of times that you're spraying or you're getting done spreading or mowing or whatever. Yeah, and it's dark. So definitely feel you there. It's no different than
I do most of my spreading at dark.
I mean, it's no different than like, people that go to the gym
I'm not on mute.
If you go to the gym a lot, and a lot of times, there's people that get up at 4:00 in the morning and go to the gym before work. It's kind of a similar concept, similar passion, So you have to find a way to make it work.
It's therapy.
Yep.
But what do you guys listen to when you mow?
Mower.
Hey,
You're all mower guys? Like, you don't wear headphones?
I do.
I've started wearing headphones recently, but it's mainly like I'll go back to like high school days, like Blink-182 and Green Day and stuff like that every now and then, or classic rock, AC/DC, Van Halen. Just depends what I'm in the mood for.
I'll tell you
I don't really get down to the metal mowing Mondays.
We ain't all perfect.
Me, I'm just on satellite. I listen to just about everything, so nothing in particular. But right now, I'm trying to find a new set of headphones because I had some 3M. The 3M kind of good for over the earmuffs, but now I've got my new hat. So
yeah,
got the straw hat with the stripes on the bottom. So I gotta find something other than the earmuff.
Beats by Dre.
No, don't. Okay, so I bought some off of Amazon like 3 years ago. They're like exactly look like Beats by Dre, like knockoffs. And I had a friend who had Beats by Dre, and I like compared them. These $20 ones are a million times better than Beats by Dre. Swear to God. Like I did literally a side by side comparison, and they're way better. So
that's what I got. I think mine are a $20 J-Lab pair from Target.
Yeah, I got J-Labs. I love them.
Yeah.
When I'm mowing, I've got an electric mower, so I'm actually just listening to the sound of a gas mower in the headphones, pushing my Ryobi.
There you go.
Honestly, and so I hear like neighbors down the street. I'm just like, oh, that brings me back to my childhood. Just you don't hear many gas mowers anymore, and more people are going electric.
That's funny. It's like
crazy.
Listening to like white noise when you go to bed.
Yeah. No, so I will say I actually found out about KOTG while mowing because I was looking for like a mowing playlist, like on Spotify or whatever. And you guys just kind of popped up and said, "What is this?" And started listening and started kind of just like every time I'd mow, I'd hear like listen to another episode or two, and then started watching live.
That's awesome.
Cool. That's awesome.
Cool.
Hearing about all these stripes, you're like, I could stripe. Look at you now.
Favorite guest and what guest should we have back?
Tonight?
Man, that's a good question.
Yeah, Lyle.
I liked Brittany with Simple Lawn Solutions. That was a good episode.
Oh, I bet
I thought he was going to say
there, bud.
Anderson.
Tell you what, man, she is a business lady. Do you know what I mean? She knows what she's talking about. So she'd be a fun one to have back on.
She's been in the game for a long time.
Oh yeah, she's not messing around. She knows her stuff. That's for sure.
Oh, Simple Lawn Solutions was legitimately a great episode. Like
All the
hearing
way
about
around.
business and all the stuff. Like that was really, I thought that was really incredible. Like that was a really good one. I'm excited for John next week. I like
That's what I was going to say. I'm excited to get John back on. He's a wealth of information.
Oh man, he's got decades of knowledge for sure.
Oh,
Yeah, I enjoyed the crap out of that episode. I'm actually kind of really looking forward. I might watch it before just so I can have better questions during.
That's a good idea.
I like the Barenbrug episode too. I can't remember who it was, but he was high energy.
Mike.
Yeah, I like that guy too.
Yeah, he had it going on.
We hung out with him at GIE. He was the same exact way in person.
I could see that for sure.
I thought they were cool too because for a minute we were kind of like didn't know how to like play, like how to like talk to guests. Like, do we like interview them or we just keep it the same? And I remember with them, they came on and they were just like us, just hanging out with us. And I thought that was cool.
Yeah.
Me, I thought when we had Mountain View on,
that's what I see a couple guys in the chat saying.
Like, I felt like that was kind of like when we took a next step because, like, I don't know, like we had them and it was a great episode, and then I felt like that springboarded into like everything that we kind of did after that. Like, I'm not saying it opened up doors, but you think about you got Tuckahoe, then you had the Rose Bowl, and like just different things from that.
Oh yeah.
But then I also think like
the freaking doctor episode.
Yeah,
that was fun. That was really cool.
Like, yeah, the panel was a good time.
Yeah, I mean, in Mountain View, like I said, and I never heard of 365 really before, and now like half the people in the chat right now or whatever have 365. You know what I mean? So I thought that was cool how like that just exploded.
Yeah, that definitely inspired like a following for sure.
Yeah. So, but
yeah,
I thought that the Tuckahoe episode was cool because you got both sides of it. You know, you got the cool season stuff and the warm season with what they're doing with the Bermuda sod on the plastic and all that, and touching in with the Eagles. And then you even got to see like what they're doing up in Green Bay.
Yeah.
With the hybrid field.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to hear more about that. I think that'd be wild. Because what they bring in that machine, that like stitching machine from Europe or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
That's one of my favorite episodes. Like, Zach, like when you said like when Brett like pitched the idea of Tuckahoe turf, I was like, that doesn't sound interesting to me at all. And I was really surprised. I probably watched that episode like 4 or 5 times.
Yeah, no, me too. That was probably one of my favorites. And like, yeah, I legit was thinking, okay, we just had Mountain View, we had Barenbrug, like, okay, just some sod farm that's in New Jersey. Like, but I didn't know. Like, I was like, okay, cool, let's go with it. And then like, yeah, it was like way bigger than I thought. So yeah, that's what she said.
I wish you said that.
But yeah. Who else? We always talk about the same couple guests, and we never talk about the rest.
I think having all the turf scientists on was really neat. That was unique. Dr. Greg bringing them on just to kind of get a different perspective. More of the science and education side of research side of it. It's hard you can't get into everything, but the more I've been, talking with you guys and being a part of the show and, learning myself, I'm a pharmacist. I see that side of medicine, but there's this whole other side of chemicals and science and research and stuff and agriculture, and lawn's just one piece of it. But hearing these guys have this whole just in-depth knowledge of this stuff is just, it's mind-boggling to know that I know just a small fraction of any of that. And it's cool that some of those guys took the time to come on our show and just talk to us homeowner DIY guys. And I thought that was really cool. I felt like it was almost like an honor for them to come here and just, talk to us as if we're like, first year undergrads learning about agriculture or turf grass or something. I thought that was really neat that they took the time to sit down with us and shoot the shit. That was really cool.
Yeah.
Another one of mine was Dave when Dave came on. That was fun.
yeah.
He was hilarious.
Absolutely.
Like he was setting up his computer, and his background was messed up. It wouldn't work. So we're like, oh, you need a green screen. He was like, oh, my wall's green. So he took his desk and he just turned the whole desk, and they sat in front of his wall, and it was like perfect.
Nice.
Like he moved his couch and everything. Like,
have you heard from him lately?
well, that's what I was gonna say. So I'm hearing his lawn's looking really good.
His lawn
So
is
you guys
it's
It's looking fire, dude.
like
Yeah.
perfect.
Holy
Yeah.
buckets.
He's been posting stories and it looks phenomenal.
He was pretty pissed off and disgruntled about his neighbor's roofers the other day. They messed up his edge right along his neighbor's driveway. He was not too happy about it.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I think when we had Lansy on, I thought that there's been a couple of guests as we talk about guests, it's like, and like one of them was kind of like Melnor, it's kind of like, oh, okay, they make sprinklers. Okay, what else? How are we going to fill up an hour? But like, there's several guests that we've had on. And it's just like, you look down and it's way past an hour, and it's like, oh, that was actually pretty cool. And like Lansy was one of them. It's just kind of like, what else? And, we didn't even get into the Swordman side of Lansy. That could probably be a whole nother episode right there. I
think there was like Melnor, Petra, the Hydrotane guy, or Ecologel.
Yep.
Lansy, the company history side is super interesting.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah.
And hearing that stuff is like, I might not ever need to use their product for something, but just hearing where they came from and where they are is, I don't know, it's kind of motivational and exciting and fun to hear that stuff.
We got some good ones lined up.
Yeah, you've been saying that.
Well, I got something to tell you when we get off.
I'm gonna bust your balls here. You've been saying
Bust
that.
Bust
You got Bush coming on?
No, not Bush.
Dude,
This
I've
should
been
be
trying.
podcast.
That's the after show.
I've been trying so hard to get those guys to even respond to me, but negative.
We got something close to Bush possibly coming on.
Maybe. We're working on it. Yeah. This has been fun, you guys. This has been awesome.
Yes, sir.
Gonna wrap it up.
Let's wrap this one up.
Check it out. Very close.
What?
We're talking about the 365, and for people who can't fork out the cash for the 365, Winfield Pro has a blend that is super, super close to 365, and it uses Mountain View's cultivars. So it's not identical, but it's really close as far as the
like one cultivar off, I think.
Yeah.
All seeds going to be expensive.
But for the money, I mean, it's well worth it.
You say that after I buy a bag of 365. Come on.
And you should have asked me. You should have just hit me up. I'm always a day late and $1 short.
Heard that.
All right. Well, how about you take us out tonight, Justin?
What? I don't know how to take you out.
Close the show.
Close the show
right now. Give us our final words.
All right, everyone. Thanks, guys. As president of the KOTG Lawn of the Week Club, thanks for having a few of us club members on. And is there something I'm supposed to say?
See you next week. Go Hawks.